This diagram shows a digital clock counting down from exactly 60 minutes. In that time, you have to solve 48 multiple-choice math problems. Do the division, and the structure of the CSCA Mathematics assessment becomes clear. You have an average of exactly 75 seconds per question. Extreme efficiency is the only way through the paper. The strategy we are mapping out today relies on the official CSCA Mathematics Examination Syllabus 2025 edition, verified against August 2026 data. Because requirements update, 2027 applicants must verify the current syllabus directly through the official CSCA test prep portal before starting their regimen. The CSCA uses this subject as a core competency assessment for international undergraduates. Every university evaluates the results according to its own programs. There is no universal passing score that applies across China, and no magic number that guarantees a scholarship. You have to check the specific admission guides for your target university. You also have to check which language your target program requires. The math paper is offered in both Chinese and English. Taking the paper in your native language because it feels easier will result in a rejected application if your major mandated the other version. Before you solve a single equation, you must clear these administrative hurdles. Memorizing formulas means nothing if you choose the wrong exam language, misunderstand your target score, or fail to pace yourself against the 60-minute timer. The syllabus divides the exam into 4 main modules. The CSCA does not publish exact percentage weights for how many questions appear from each section. Do not build your study plan around online rumors claiming one module dominates the test. This number line visualizes the demands of Module 1, sets and inequalities. You need to manipulate set notation and quickly calculate interval boundaries for quadratic inequalities. Crucially, you must identify critical values that are excluded from the domain, like values that zero out a determinator in a rational expression. The line expands into a 2-dimensional Cartesian plane for Module 2, functions. This is the broadest module. It covers arithmetic and geometric sequences, domain restrictions, and introductory derivatives. You must immediately recognize the shapes and behaviors of power, trigonometric, exponential, and logarithmic functions, and know how their domains interact. Spin that plane into 3 dimensions, and we hit Module 3, Geometry and Algebra. You will map conic sections, ellipses, hyperbolas, and parabolas, and calculate the magnitude of spatial vectors. You also need a firm grasp of the imaginary unit to perform rapid operations with complex numbers. Finally, the axes dissolve to reveal Module 4, Probability and Statistics. You will calculate classical probability using multi-stage counting methods, determine mean and variance for datasets, and apply the standard characteristics of the normal distribution bell curve. Because the test writers can pull heavily from any of these 4 distinct disciplines, comprehensive knowledge across the entire syllabus map is your only defense against test day surprises. This diagnostic checklist is the first step of your 30-day study plan. Before studying, rate your ability in every syllabus topic from 0 to 3. 0 means you cannot begin the problem. 3 means you can solve it accurately under the timer. This forces you to spend your time attacking your weakest concepts, rather than comfortably rereading what you already know. Dedicate days 1 through 21 to a chronological sweep of the 4 modules. Start with sets and inequalities, but allocate at least 6 full days to functions, simply because that module contains the highest number of distinct subtopics. By day 22, you stop learning new theory. The final stretch is reserved exclusively for mixed-timed practice and full 60-minute simulations. Review your data, identify the 2 specific topics costing you the most points, and spend days 28 and 29 repairing those specific weaknesses. Following a defensive, rigidly structured timeline replaces the anxiety of a massive test with a measurable progression of skill. By day 30, last-minute cramming is entirely obsolete. This workflow diagram illustrates the 3-pass strategy required to survive the time trap. In Pass 1, secure the fast, obvious answers. Do not get stuck. In Pass 2, return to the workable questions that require a bit of heavy algebra. In Pass 3, use your remaining minutes to make final decisions on the most difficult problems and verify your answer record. You must also deploy multiple-choice tactics to shave off seconds. Instead of deriving a full symbolic solution, eliminate impossible choices by checking domain restrictions. Substitute the answer choices directly into the equation. Draw a quick structural sketch to expose false statements. This matrix shows how to structure a functional error log during your practice phase. Recording the type of error you made is more useful than merely logging the correct answer. You must record the type of error. Was it a conceptual failure, a calculation mistake, or poor time management? Then write a one-sentence prevention rule for your next attempt. If you are taking the exam at home, failing the technical check is the same as failing the math. Test your primary and secondary cameras. Ensure your devices have stable power. Verify that your desk and room strictly comply with the proctoring rules well before the exam window opens. Subscribe to this channel for specific CSCA Mathematics lessons, full mock test walkthroughs, physics and chemistry guides, Chinese university breakdowns, and comprehensive study in China application support. A top score follows ruthless strategic planning and flawless execution under pressure. When you master the 2025 syllabus and train against the 60-minute timer, you transform a high-pressure assessment into a predictable sequence of solvable problems.